No way back for Jadon Sancho. This and more transfer news will be up next. Let's get right into it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of United Talks Podcast. And today we're going to be bringing you the news and the updates as of the last 24 to 48 hours. So we're just going to break it down into the main news and then quick fire, news updates, both transfers and all of that. So if you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss anything as it relates to Manchester United. So the first on our list is basically so yeah, before that, let's just, you know, build on this and then start to grow from there, right? Today we got like some massive updates on Jadon Sancho's future, a potential 150 million double swoop, 150 million euros double swoop for two Bundesliga stars. We also have Rasmus Hojlund's possible exit update and an injury update for young Ayden Heaven. But also, we've got some quickfire transfer rumors and some heartfelt messages from Phil Jones, as well as shocking stats about Manchester United's fixture congestion. So let's dive in. Let's not delay. Without more further ado, let's quickly dive right in. And then the first is Jadon Sancho, basically. First up, let's talk about Jadon Sancho, the freedom fighter, the freedom merchant. Remember when he left United on loan to Chelsea last summer? Well, things haven't gone according to plan with Sancho because he struggled for form at Stamford Bridge with just 2 goals and 6 assists in 28 games at Stamford Bridge. So basically, he has not shown up, and basically, all the bragging is all for nothing. So 2 goals and 6 assists in 28 games. So that's 8 goal contributions in 28 games. And now reports from ESPN suggest that Chelsea will walk away from their obligation to sign him permanently, but it will cost them a large proportion of the 25 million fee they agreed on. So what does this mean for Man United? If Chelsea back out, Sancho could be returning to Old Trafford. But here's the twist: Ruben Amorim will have the final say on his future, right? And the question will now be: will he integrate Sancho into the squad, or United will look to offload him again? That's a question for you all. And let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section. I mean, let's not forget Sancho's contract runs until 2026, so there's one more year by the time he's back. And he's one of the highest earners at the club, one of the highest earners at the club, right? Now, this situation, we need to keep our eyes, you know, keep a close eye on, basically. We need to keep a close eye on this situation and see how things pan out and things unfold in this one. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section. Also, next one, 150 million double swoop for Bundesliga stars. Now, some exciting transfer news. According to reports, United are plotting a 150 million double swoop for RB Leipzig's Javi Simons and Borussia Dortmund's Felix Mecha. Now, Felix Mecha is of Nigerian descent, born to Nigerian parents, obviously. So, I mean, it seems like we're beginning to have a lot of Nigerian targets, but it is what it is. Now, Simons, the versatile attacking midfielder, would cost around 80 million euros, while Mecha would cost around 46 to 47 million euros. Now, let's be real. Basically, let's be real. This would be a huge statement of intent from Manchester United with Simons, a rising star, because I mean, Simons, a rising star, has been a rising star for a long time, named after the famous Javi. Javi Hernandez, right? So basically, um, we I have been following this guy's career for a long time. Was at PSG, didn't really make the cut, and then went on loan a couple of times, and also went to RB Leipzig. I've been following him for a long time, and basically, I also watched him for Netherlands at the World Cup, I believe. And basically, I don't I love him. He's a stylistic player. He's a kind of like a Gen Z style kind of player. But I know he can play as one of the two tens. But is it the kind of player or the profile of player that we would like to buy, spend like a whole 80 million euros on him? I, for me, would go against it in my own opinion. But it is what it is. So let's be real. This would be a huge statement, as we stated earlier, and that Mecha could still fill the void of Christian Eriksen's expected departure. So with Christian Eriksen leaving, Mecha could just fill the void. And for 7 million euros or for 10.8 million euros, about maybe 30, 35 million pounds. Not bad, but the pressure as well. And he's 24 years old. So, but United will also be needing a striker and other reinforcements, and will be able to pull. Will now the question will be: will he be able to, or will United be able to pull this off? Because we are kind of cash strapped when it comes to funds available for transfers. So we also need a striker, and there's some other priority positions um other than Borussia Dortmund's Felix Mecha. Now, don't forget, sales like Kobe Menu could be on the cards to fund these moves. But with the rumors I'm hearing, Kobe Menu has already, there's already some progress with Kobe Menu's contract at Man United. But let's see. Let us see. Now, what do you think about these potential signings? Let me know in the comment section. I know Kobe Menu is not everybody's flavor of the month, and he's not that fast player, that quick midfielder that everybody would want. But the truth is, so would it be like it will be difficult for some of these players from Germany to kind of adapt, but it is what it is. 150 million swoop for both. I doubt that that would be a positive possibility for Manchester United to pull off. Maybe for Felix and Mecha, but yeah. Also, next one is Rasmus Hojlund's future in doubt. Now, let's talk about Rasmus Hojlund. I mean, the Danish striker has had a tough season so far with just 24 goals in 82 appearances. Not bad. Maybe every 2 goals every like 2 appearances or something. 1 goal every like 2 appearances or 3 appearances, depending on how we do the math. But despite his potential, United are reportedly, which is a rumor, reportedly willing to listen to offers for him, with Napoli showing interest and the asking price at least 60 million euros. I don't know how possible that's going to be, because that's kind of like a loss on Man United side for a 22-year-old who has his ceiling still high and still a lot to learn and still in the new system. 60 million euros, that's a stretch. Doesn't mean that if we bring one more striker, there's no possibility of him improving. He will improve because there'll be somebody on his tail. With Haaland, why Haaland has expressed his desire to stay and fight for his place, United's need for a proven goal scorer could see him move on. But Victor Osimhen could be on the cards. Is rumored to be a top target, but would you be happy to see Holland leave? For me, I wouldn't. I mean, I love the player. I know that there's a player in there, but Victor Osimhen is a top player as well. But then a little older. I mean, I think Victor Osimhen should be 25 or 26, but it is what it is. Now, should United give him more time to develop? Absolutely. We should give him more time to develop, build on him, but we also need an experienced striker. There are other news reports that are stating that Man United are interested in Gyökeres. So Gyökeres will also be a good addition to the team to also help develop young players like. And I mean, Gyökeres is like 26, 27. By the time he's going to come to United, he'll probably be 27, 28, or reaching 28. And then him being there as an experienced head over me for the next 3, 4, 5 years, over Chide Obi and also Rasmus Hojlund, and most potentially Joshua Xerxes, who would also evolve to a 10 as well as a striker. So it's like it's a bit touch and go, but I believe that if we get one of either Osimhen or Gyökeres without letting Hoyland go, it will be a good sign for Man United's progress and a statement for Man United's challenge for the league, because there's loads of games to go next season. We'll be challenging on all fronts and all that. So it'll be good for us to try both without having to let Lloyd Hoyland go, because I see a potential in that player. It's not a thing of player FC, but it is what it is. Now, there's also an update on Ayden Heaven. especially on the injury front. Now, on the injury front, young defender Ayden Heaven has provided some positive update after being stretched off against Leicester City. I mean, the 18-year-old who's been thrust into the first team due to injuries posted on Instagram that he's recovering fast and thanking the fans for the messages and the support. Now, that is great news. I mean, as United's defensive options are already stretched thin with Maguire, Martinez, and Euro all sidelined, Heaven's quick recovery could be crucial for the final stretch of the season. But let's hope that he's back on the pitch soon. Um, Even Laurie Whitwell, which we'll talk about much later, Laurie Whitwell actually posted and said that Ayden Heaven already was seen at Carrington without his protected boots. But a few days after the game, this is like 4 days now. So a few days after the game, Ayden Heaven was actually seen with protective boot, but now he's at Carrington without protected boots. So I'm believing that he's okay, and I think it's probably an ankle injury, but it is what it is. Now, with regards to fixture congestion, I'm going to show you a stat which makes good for reading, especially for other clubs who tend to kind of complain about the fixture congestions and all of that. I'm going to show you a stat about my United's fixtures and fixture congestion, and then you let me know your thoughts and feelings about this, and then we can build from this and start to go on to the next level. So with this, I'm going to try and see if I can show you this, this graphic here. Just give me a second. So, yeah, I'll show you this graphic and then you can let me know your thoughts and feelings about this. So, with this graphic, I'll show you. So this graphic right beside me, Man United have played the most matches with less than 72 hours of rest. Games played with 3 days of rest or less since 22-23 season in Europe's top four leagues. That is absolutely amazing. But that's not something most people will say, or most people will kind of like, wanna talk about, or make this will make the news other than as it has made the news now. But if it were to be other teams or other players, you would hear, or other coaches, you would hear them cry foul and all of that. But it is what it is. So with this, you can tell that Man United intend to have played multiple games in less than 24 hours. Um, yeah, in less than 24 hours, as the case, in less than 72 hours, as the case may be. So yeah, with that graphic, you can tell. Here is some more. I mean, a context towards Man United's potential struggles this season. Um, Now, the stat explains some of the struggles, basically. I mean, according to the Athletic, that's where we got this. According to Athletic, since 22-23 season, Manchester United have played more games again with less than 72 hours of rest than any other club in Europe's top five leagues. Manchester United have played 42 games. Real Madrid had played 41, this club, which is the second, and then the third is 40 games, Barcelona. Now, that's insane based on the schedule, and that's no wonder the players have looked, fatigued at some point at times in the season. And this stats highlights the need for better squad depth and rotation next season. I mean, there's no harm in having in the two tens. We'll have two players extra, so three players each in the two tens, and then three strikers, one older head, one younger one, and then in the defensive midfield, there's no need have it. There's no point. There's no harm in having three players each on each side, so, or two players, as the case may be, considering the fact that we might lose a couple of players. And in defense, there's nothing with, like, if we have two players in each position, that's six players in defense, and then two players or three players in each position. Like with Diego Leon coming for left wing back, we can have Patrick Dogo and Diego Leon on the left side, and then we can have Diego Dallo and somebody, or we already have Diego Dallo and Nusa Majraoui, but we can move Nusa Majraoui to defense, center back, and then we can have one more right wing player. And then also with Ahmad coming back, we have Joshua Xerxes. We need like two more players or three more players in that position. With speed and tenacity and player profile for people that can work hard. You know, this highlights the need for better squad depth, as I said. But what do you think about this? Should the Premier League and UEFA do more to protect players? I mean, let me know in the comment section. Is it about protecting players, or is it about just squads being more evolved or being more paying more attention to squad depth and all that? So it is what it is. Now, here are some quick fire transfer rumors. Quick fire transfer rumors. First, quick fire transfer rumors. Before we wrap it up, here are some quick fire transfer rumors. United are interested in Borussia Dortmund's Felix Mecha could make a 40 million offer this summer, 40 million pounds offer this summer, but Dortmund are reluctant to sell. That's according to Bild. So that one, we already brought some of the updates on that. Two more Bundesliga strikers have been added to United shortlist. RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko and Eintracht Frankfurt's Hugo Ekitike, according to Sky Sports. Man United are targeting Hugo Ekitike and Benjamin Sesko. Hopefully, we see positives from that. Is Ekitike just another young striker who's going to struggle, or is Benjamin Sesko going to be the next, United striker that will come and compete for spots with Rasmus Hojlund? And then the next one, United have made contact to Juventus over a 90 million euro rated teenager, Kenan Yildiz. Now, they face a competition from Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City. Next one, Real Betis is set to meet with United to discuss Anthony's future after an impressive loan spell in Spain. Hopefully, this comes through, and then we can let go of Anthony so the saga and the banter ends. Now, finally, United are planning a mass clear-out for unwanted players to raise funds for summer signings, with Sunderland's Job Bellingham reportedly on the radar. Not one I would like. He's a young player, hardworking. I've been watching him for 2 years now, and he seems to be a very hardworking, interesting player who can fit in one of the 210s as well. And a playmaker, fast, long legs, and all that. Yeah, albeit he's the younger brother of Jude Bellingham, but it will be good to to see his progress and see if we can get him from Sunderland. Now, lots of moving parts here and there, but it's clear that United are planning for a busy summer. Now, who would you like to see come in and who should be shown the door? Let's discuss. I mean, there's so many, but the list goes on and on. Also, Phil Jones releases an emotional message. I mean, let's hear a heartfelt message from former Man United defender Phil Jones. He said in an interview to ESPN a lot of things, but this is the one that caught my eye that I feel like I should bring to all of you. He said, they, Manchester United, are going through a really tough time. He said that there is no getting away from it. There's no hiding. It's been really, really, really tough. Been a really, really tough year. Looking back as a player, it's really difficult because a lot of my friends are still there. I speak to a lot of them, and it's never nice watching your friends go through a tough time. So I hope the new manager can enforce his ideas and get some reinforcements in the summer. Now, it is always great to hear from former players who still care deeply about the club, but let's hope that Ruben Amorim can turn things around and bring back the glory days, as the new chant we have has started to ring well in the ears of the fans. And on another news, finally, some important off pitch news basically. The secretary of the Manchester United Disabled Supporters Association has written to senior officials expressing grave concerns about the gradual exclusion of individuals with disabilities from attending matches. I mean, this is a serious issue that needs addressing, and we hope that the club takes swift action to ensure all the fans feel welcome at Old Trafford. Yeah, this is a huge move, but it is very important that all the fans feel welcome, both young, old, and those who need assistance to go to games and watch games as well at Old Trafford. Now that's it for today with the news roundup, folks. Basically, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss any update whatsoever as it relates to Manchester United. Let us know in the comment section what you think about Sancho's future, potential double swoop, basically Hoyland situations, situation at Manchester United, his future. And also, until next time, stay tuned, stay united, and we'll see you soon. Take care, goodbye, and God bless.